For last action interval, I'm going to do a variation of the farmer's carry called a suitcase carry. In this, you have a weight on one side of your body, which requires some significant core stabilization. So it's actually maybe more of a core exercise than a standard farmer's carry. Do another lap and then switch arms. And then go and switch. And last one. Hope you enjoyed this workout, and we'll try and progress and get more intense with our exercise over the next few weeks, with the goal of, by New Year's 2026 of being as fit as we can possibly be in our senior years. So one leg at a time. Just push up, calf raise up, slow lowering. And switch feet. To do a calf raise, it's a good idea to try and find some sort of ledge that you can get a calf raise, but also a full calf stretch or extension. Something like this edge here, where you can hang onto the bar and put your foot on there, or a ledge such as that. You can even put a dumbbell on the floor and use that for one-legged calf raise. Let me demonstrate that. One way to do a hamstring curl is laying on a mat with a stability ball. So lay down on your back. And you put your feet up on the ball. Lift your tail off the floor and just bring your knees towards your chest. Once you're down here, you can do a core exercise where we lift the ball like a leg lift. Make sure your lower back is pushed firmly into the mat. And the progression is to grab the ball, bring it down, and back up, alternating between the arms and the legs. progression. You have to hold the ball up, go side to side. You call these windshield wipers. It's quite an advanced move. For an action interval, I'm going to do a jog to the end of the room and then jog backwards for probably, let's say, 4 laps. In running or walking backwards, you want to make sure you know what obstacles might be in your way. It's probably safest to do this on a treadmill or just make sure that there isn't something you're going to trip over. Some health and fitness experts say there's a lot of benefit to this backwards walking or backwards jogging. One exercise I don't see done very often at the gym is for hip flexion. Because we sit so much of the time, our hip flexors, which is like the iliopsoas muscle and others, often are shortened, but they're not particularly strong. So I like to do an exercise. There's attachments for cables, ankle weights and things like that you can use, but what I found the best method is to take a band, particularly one of these that has a loop and then no handles on it. And I'll set this up by use the loop around the support, about waist high. And I like to take my platform here. You can do this on the mat on the ground, putting the support down at ground level. And you start with one leg where the band is just starting to have tension. Lean back and flex the hip. And you can switch feet. And I'm going to go through another round on that each side. You always want to finish up a workout by stretching out those hip flexors. But that's a good exercise to start to strengthen them. Next, I'm going to do some sumo squats using a band. For this, you want to take a pretty heavy band, put your feet wider than shoulder apart. I like to put my hands close together and push my knees out, keeping my upper body pretty much vertical. Make sure that your knees are lined up over your feet. Again, to modify it, do less deep squat, and the progression is go down farther. This can be a pretty challenging maneuver if you're not used to it. It's using slightly different muscles than the wall squat. And we'll do two more. To start with some strengthening exercises, I'm going to take a stability ball and do some ball squats against the wall. Put your feet out about a yard from the wall and just I'm doing partial squats at this point. Again, have to be somewhat careful. I'm leaning against the wall, which puts the majority of the exercise into my quads. You can modify this by going less deep, increase the intensity, you can go deeper, or even grab a weight to hold in front. Okay, let's check out your legs. I've avoided running for about the last 6 weeks or so. So I'm going to try a warm-up, just doing some simple jogs back and forth in this facility and see how that goes. Most of my daily aerobic activity now consists of walking and doing stationary bicycle. As you know, I'm recovering from a knee injury, probably due to a torn meniscus. Well, the infusion is gone, so I have full range of motion, and that knee is not causing me any pain at this point, although I have been easing off on any high-impact plyometric type exercise. In looking at the scientific data, research, opinions of orthopedic surgeons and others, if you have moderate to severe arthritis in your knees and a torn meniscus, there's probably no benefit from getting arthroscopy to trim away that piece of meniscus or whatever. You're still going to have all those arthritis symptoms. So their recommendation was to wait, be as active as you can until the pain is not controllable with over-the-counter medications like acetaminophen, or wearing a band or a knee sleeve. At that point, probably the only option you have is a knee replacement. I think I've got several years of working on it, trying to get my weight down, increase my strength in my legs, avoid re-injuring it, and doing the best I can with what I have. Because after knee replacement, there's certain activities you can't be engaged in, and those are some of the ones I enjoy. So let's wish me luck and get to work on it. Welcome to this edition of Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle. Just passed through the 4th of July holiday 2025. I certainly overindulged. I'm feeling quite sluggish, slow, some increased weight. So it's time to try and get back on track. Some folks recommend when you're on like a diet or weight control program that you figure out your why. Why are you doing this? Is it to look better, to feel more confident, to improve your health, or some other reason? I suppose for me, I've never really thought about my why. Exercising's just been a habit I have. I don't feel very good if I don't exercise. So I'm going to start thinking about that. For certain, I want to improve my health. At 70, I hope I have another good 20 years in me, and so that I can be as most active and healthy as possible during that time.